Hey guys, what's up? And it's another edition of What's Up Wednesday, episode 11. Pete, how you doing today?
Good. We made it past the terrible 10s.
I didn't ask you what you were last week. What are you this week? Who are you this week?
Last week I was Sweet Dreams Pete, and this week I'm Nightmare Pete.
Okay.
Yes.
I wasn't anything last week, but this week I'm Diabolical Drew.
You're someone now.
Yeah.
We were
Now
once
I have
nothing.
I have an identity.
You're reborn. You're like a certain guy you might remember from the Bible. Not a big deal.
I walk on water.
I think my name's going to be Cornelius Thundercatch.
That's a good name. It sounds like you're from like
Thunder
turn of the
cunt.
century sort of ideal.
I am.
Steampunky.
It's sad we don't have names like that anymore.
Yeah. I'm pissed the president doesn't like box people anymore. Yeah, that happened.
So, I'm browsing the internet like I always do, and I was reminded of something. I read this awesome article, and we were talking about Russia last week. Russia's hardcore.
Yeah, they are.
Assholes.
Listen to this.
They're
This
all about,
happened
like
in
misery, poison, and like hating people.
This happened in Russia back in 2011. Robber used as sex slave by Russian hairdresser.
Okay.
Jasinski.
Sell it to me.
I'm down. Continue.
Jasinski, 32, had attempted to steal the day's takings from a salon. I'm like dyslexic right now. In
Right now?
Michovsk, Russia, when he was confronted by a black belt shop owner. Zajic demonstrated her martial arts skills, beating the intruder senseless, leaving him semi-unconscious, before tying him up naked with a hairdryer flex and cuffing him in the back room to a radiator.
Damn.
The 28-year-old then fed her hostage Viagra and used him as a sex slave for 3 days, wanting to teach him a lesson.
She looked kind of hot in this picture, too.
What a
so, I mean,
hardcore bitch. What the hell?
her face is blurred out, but everything looks pretty good.
Is that really...
Let's finish the story.
Okay.
The rather tired out robber was
Finish
eventually
it.
released and went straight to the hospital to receive treatment for his tired out and swollen testicles.
Nice.
When police arrived to question Oleg Zajic, she said, I don't know what, B***** D?
Bastard.
Oh, what a bastard.
Okay.
I guess so. We had sex a couple of times, but I bought him new jeans, gave him food, and even gave him 1,000 rubles when he left.
So she just made him into a male hooker. It was not even a slave. He got paid at the end.
It was an even swap.
Yeah, but he got held for 3 days.
Yeah, but that's like well, most
she got
prostitutes
paid for
start.
that.
It's through human trafficking.
It's like a Russian version of Pretty Woman, but it's a pretty dude, kind of. Maybe.
This is actually bad. I think this is actually a bad story, and I'll tell you why. I think it's like kind of putting the whole. It's like I got adopted once. It wasn't that bad. Like I like had sex a lot. And for a woman, at the exact same story I just told, that's like a nightmare.
Yeah.
I feel like this guy just like his balls got a little swolled up.
Yeah. Oh, he had too much sex. That's so bad.
Yeah.
Boo-hoo.
I never said it was a bad thing.
Yeah. At first, I'd be really scared, and then
Well, because you don't know. She's a black belt. You don't know if
yeah.
she's gonna,
Also,
like,
I'm
kill
not
you.
sure if she's just gonna like fucking with. I wonder if by like the 6th time they had sex or whatever, like he was just used to it and he just thought it was like awesome because like the fear was kind of gone. You know.
He's like,
Where they just like gonna be having sex with her and then she's gonna like bite his dick off or what have you.
Right.
He's like, this is my life now.
Yeah. Russia is a great place. You try to rob for money and then you rob for pussy. Pussy, such an American concept.
No, that's a world
I'm
concept.
sorry if anyone's offended by that word, concept.
That's very offensive.
Who gives a shit?
Not me.
It's like, I think people should get over the C word.
I
People
agree.
should get over words in general.
Yeah, they're just words.
People put way too much weight in words.
Well, listen, sometimes words have weight. Like, listen, no,
yeah,
Drew.
but like, you don't think that people in this country are way too uptight about everything
No.
compared to other places?
We're definitely way too uptight about everything, but as a budding psychologist, the love of my
It's a
craft.
budding psychologist.
No,
I'm glad
words.
I got to say I knew you when.
Words do like sometimes you could just drive a person like insane, just like fucking.
Yeah, like
saying rude and mean shit. Like, you can break a person down just by, like, if I was chained up in this room somewhere.
And I was having sex with you.
No, for the love of
Happened.
God,
You tied to a radiator, and
No,
that's why
no.
you abduct people.
no.
I fucked him in self-defense, Your Honor.
No, but the reason why those things drive people crazy is because we've been programmed to make them drive us crazy.
Well, no. When I say drive crazy, I mean to like the point where like you feel like a worthless piece of shit and you'd kill yourself.
Yeah, but that's because people put so much weight in words.
No, it's not because people put so much weight in words. It's because, like, you kind of have like a mental shielding. It's like if I sat here and called you a fat piece of shit for like 72 hours straight and like kicked you or like fucked you or like
Fondled my breasts.
no, but I mean like
You can only
if I
fuck
sa-
him
if
if
I
he's robbing your store. But
If I sat here and ridiculed you for 3 days, like, you'd think you're a worthless piece of shit. And it's not because you put weight in the words. It's just because I'm sitting here and just, like, telling you. But it just gets the gears running.
But that's also part of the action, though, too. It's not just the words.
Well, I'm saying, sometimes, like, if I called somebody Pete, you might want to bleep this. I'm going to say cunt.
that's fine. We'll leave that.
We can say, why can't we say
You
cunt?
hear that? You hear that? You cunt.
No, I'm gonna say cunt. Like if you were to call a woman a cunt, they're like, oh
Yeah,
my
they get
God.
pissed.
It's not like I'm calling her like a
I've done it. Don't do it. It's a bad idea.
like a cock gobbling like
Shitmeister.
cum dispenser.
Yeah,
like,
I'm a white male. There are a lot less words that can hurt me, but
like you know what I mean? They're like, oh my God, like you said the worst thing ever. It's like I didn't call you fat, sweetheart. Like relax.
See,
that's
and
the
I
thing.
think there's too much stock placed in the word cunt, too. I don't get that either.
The British say it all the time.
they do.
It's a big fat cunt.
I have
Yeah,
a
they
British
do, and that's
friend
why they're
coming. Can we
great.
have him on the podcast just to
Absolutely.
charm us up a bit?
Yeah,
Rob
class
Thomas
plays
needs to come on the podcast, I still say.
We've tried.
We're trying. We're
He should
clawing.
stop being such an asshole and come on the podcast.
We're gonna have.
calling you out, Rob Thomas.
Also, friend of the show, Tesfa, expressed interest in coming on this today.
Did he?
Yes.
We should bring him on.
That would be good.
Tessa?
That should
We're
totally
gonna bring some diversity to the podcast.
Yeah.
He's a friend of ours.
Wait,
He's our big black friend gentleman.
Black friend gentleman.
Wait,
Yes.
let me show you this.
That's the whole thing. But
See, I picked
you
up
were saying
computer.
weight on words. You're saying it's not so much the weight on the words themselves that society places. It's just like how you interpret them. Like from your past, personally.
Well, I mean, not from we've all been picked on and shit, but it's like some people. It's called resilience, you know. And in any situation, some people have. Yeah, it's fucking funny now. Wait till I tie you up later.
And then fuck him. Or no, he fucks you. I forget. Okay. Go ahead.
No, but it's just like some people have like mental resilience. Like I wish it was like shielded, like Star Trek Enterprise, like the Enterprise shields, like or like Shield 1 or like the shields are up 80%. Like
Right.
it's not like people have the ability to cope with specific things. Sometimes the trauma's too much, but the thing is with words is like most kids nowadays, because they're pussies,
Truth.
like they'll break down and they'll be like,
Or like those society we have now, where like everyone's a winner, sort of thing.
yeah, it's it's sad though, because there are some instances where like people are fucking batshit crazy. Like, I think what was it, back in like 2008 or 2009, there was this woman who created, like, it was a woman who had a daughter who was in like middle school or high school, and oh my God, that's Tesfa.
Tesfa.
Holy shit, he looks like
Friend of the show.
what's his name? Troy Polamalu.
Oh yeah, he has a lot of hair. Yeah.
But anyway, back to my story. Like a mom had created a mom of a daughter in middle school or high school. Her daughter and her friend had like broke up or whatever, so they weren't friends anymore. So the mom went and created like a fake social media account of like a boy.
Oh, I think I've heard about
And
this.
she talked to him. She like gained her trust, and she made her think that the boy really liked her and all this shit. And then the boy was like, "Well, I can't be with you." And she just talked her down. Like I don't know exactly what was said, but it was probably like, "Oh, you're a piece of shit. I don't like you. You're ugly. You're this. You're that." And I can assume it was along like the gist like that. Like the girl ended up killing herself.
That's so terrible.
Like-
I mean, but they found out about it, right? The mother was imprisoned
They found out she did it
for
But-
cyberbullying.
But they couldn't prosecute the mother because they don't know if it was really her or not.
Wait, That's BS. They can just trace the IP, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can't.
I mean, I assume that they can trace the IP, but I don't know how Facebook.
Oh, right,
leaks
all right.
posts.
No, but explain this to me then. How can they do that though? But then Chris Hansen has a fucking TV show. You know what I mean? Where it's just like I am.
That might be because it's a live chat and
the person shows up.
You're peer to peer, like you're connected to each other. Whereas in Facebook, you might not leave. Like on Facebook, I know that you do leave a digital signifier of whenever you were in last contact with the person.
I would love to know what the difference is, though.
But they can't prove that it was. They couldn't prove it was the mother who did it.
So how do we even know if it was the mother? Then is it all alleged?
No, they found out it was the mother, but they couldn't press charges because they didn't have hard evidence.
But
saying
how
it was
do
her.
they know it was her then?
I don't
You know what I
fucking
mean?
remember.
Because
Yeah.
wouldn't that be the only link unless she confesses to it?
It's kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy. I showed you the digital signifier on Facebook. Remember how to see?
But see, I still don't know if that really.
It works.
But is it like all time like view stuff though?
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't make sense though. It just doesn't make sense. Like I've looked at it before. Like after that
clarify
conversation.
this for me. What does that mean?
There's a way you can go into like the source code of Facebook.
Okay.
Like the source code.
Sounds like a great movie.
But you can view the source. Source code is a great movie.
I agree.
Oh, I don't know. You can.
We established this.
You can view the page source in, I guess, HTML5.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you could see your most recent interactions and who's viewing you the most.
Like who's viewing your actual Facebook page?
How do I do this?
I'll show you after the show.
Okay. We don't want to share the secret with our listeners?
No, we don't.
Okay.
I don't
I'm going to
want,
look at all your Facebooks now.
I don't want people to know that I'm spying on them.
Yeah.
He is spying on you though. He does it like all
He
the
doesn't know.
time.
He's benevolent. He just teaches others and then steps away.
I'm worse than the NSA.
Well, I've said that for
Jesus.
years, but now we have proof.
I'm
But
glad we've known each other for years.
years. We all go way back.
No, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'd have to pull up the article, but I don't know how they found out it was the mother, but they didn't have any hard evidence. it
That's
was
so
her.
weird. I mean, even so, I mean, the main save is that someone would be that cruel just because of some friendship. And
Yeah, like if you talk somebody down enough, like they'll just fucking lose their shit.
And like young people are just so impressionable to like be an adult to actually be doing that to a person, like manipulating their emotions because you like probably were there at some point in your life.
Nowadays, it's like back in our day. Like think about it. It was like back in our day, we started to get like the what were they called? The bash boards.
Oh yeah,
Remember
absolutely. Oh, yeah, the internet was definitely in a prime mode. But I mean, it wasn't obviously as advanced as it is now. But like we all had AIM. Like AIM was
Yeah.
the thing to do by the time we had high school. I remember I literally had like a genuine thought that inhabited me every day, where I was like, "Man, I can't wait to like stop talking to all these people here at school, so I can go home and talk to them like on a computer." Like I loved AIM.
Or like the question that crosses your head is like, oh, what am I gonna do when AIM goes? Like, what's gonna happen when AIM goes away? Like, am I gonna stop using AIM?
Right.
Like, of course, we all stopped fucking using AIM.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
all did.
I
Oh,
don't use
absolutely.
that.
I know. Some people still use it. I know some people who still rock the AIM thing.
I used to
Well,
do file
I-
transfer, like stuff like that.
Yeah, I logged on once just for the hell of it, and it was funny to see who was still on, who still had like away messages that were
Right.
like personalized. Who still had profiles.
It's
Yeah.
it's like a internet fossil.
It
Because
is.
People who don't touch that shit, that data is still there on a server somewhere.
Exactly.
It's just like they haven't
I
touched it
still
in like
have 7 usernames. I'm sure I still have my 7 logins.
they haven't touched it in like 10 years. Here, log on to my AIM right now.
I don't want to look under your.
You guys
right
have
now.
good AIM usernames?
I was Big Crash 5.
I had very many that I went through. I would say my last one that I had for years was Samurai Lincoln. And that was
That's a pretty good
it's a
one.
reference to an Aqua Teen Hunger Force episode. But yeah, it stands well,
Samurai
independent of
Lincoln's-
context.
I could see you as like a Samurai Lincoln on.
That'd be like my
internet.
avatar in some
That'd be your handle.
loser MMO.
I put my name into a one of those things like you put in your name. It tells you what your pimp name is.
Okay.
So I put my name and it was Papa D Jazz.
Interesting.
So
I wonder
that-
what the algorim is. You know, it's like everything.
It's
just
completely
something
random.
D-Jazz. Like I put mine, it's like PD Jazz.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing.
D-Jazz Tanner.
Yeah.
What were we talking about right before we start talking about AIM?
Facebook. Like, and the girl
source
who killed
code.
herself, and like I was saying, it's just like
The signature, though.
Also about back to people real quick. Like
Sure.
Like I said, kids are like pussies nowadays, And I think that's
that's what brought us all here. Sorry.
I think I'm gonna do my dissertation on like human communication. Because think about it, what kids 20 years from now are going to be sitting in a room talking like this?
Not many, unless they have a podcast.
Exactly.
Because podcasts are a growing art form. I say art very lightly. It's just conversation. But
Art.
certain ones are a bit more obviously produced than others and have, transcend just like, people talking about a topic in a room. But
This is the well-produced one on the market.
it is. This is the best one. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Eat shit, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, if you're listening to this now. But even Rogan's, like, he admits it. Like, when he had Dan Carlin on, who does hardcore history, he said, like, if you guys want to listen to, like, a radio show, not like the schlock, like, crap you're listening to right now. Because, Rogan will just talk about whatever. He'll go down whatever tangent he wants. He doesn't care. It's completely freeform.
I love that you call us schlock every week.
No, I just think it's funny. I like calling stuff schlock. I just think it's funny. Most things that are humor based, I just call like schlock and crap. Like when I pitch my like stand up shows and stuff, it's like, yeah, come hear me talk about my dick. And then you can see some other people like just do terrible schlock. Waste your life for 2 hours. Come on. It's free.
And buy some drinks.
Yeah, I get drunk. It makes it better. Believe me. It's the only thing that makes it good.
But it's just like kids don't have like spatial awareness now. They don't have like fucking good communication skills.
Fucking social skills.
At
all.
And even the fucking hipsters in Brooklyn.
Hipster parents.
Fucking hate them. They don't walk across the fucking crosswalk when it says go. They walk across it when it's red. And I've discussed this before. One day, I'm going to fucking hit somebody with my goddamn car. I'm going to do it.
And this will now be used as evidence in the court of law and fucking, come in a couple of years.
See, what I like to do is hit people with my car and then make them my slaves and fuck them. I think on that note, we'll take a real quick break. Yeah.
No. Wait, what?
Yeah, break.
Wait.
Wait,
no, I have something to say.
Throw it in.
Well, kids are pussies.
Yeah.
No, but it's just like fucking people don't pay attention anymore. It's fucking stupid. Like, I'm willing to admit I don't know a lot about science.
I'm not around kids enough anymore to make a
But
judgment.
fucking, like
The court won't allow me to be.
But like fucking the kids in high school right now, it's like maybe we'll get like in the whole country, maybe we'll get like 1 or 2 Nobel Prize winners.
I think that's even stretching it.
That's even stretching it. But like, what American kid? No American kid is going to cure cancer in the next like 20 years. They're all going to be on their fucking smartphones, worrying about vajazzling their vaginas.
Right.
That's a real thing, by the way.
Looking at a real thing.
Yeah, we do need to like change like what we're.
We need to
on.
like fucking get computers out of schools and have them etching on stone tablets again.
I agree.
Fuck those kids.
Or we all need to learn how to code like fast.
Yeah, that would be a very helpful topic.
But it won't happen as long as the Kardashians are super cool.
I know, and girls are like, I was watching a fucking TV show. I think it was fucking, and I'm not a diddler, but I was watching
Diddler?
a diddler.
Is that like the Riddler, except like lamer?
Are you diddling your
like
pee-pee?
you know how you like diddle kids?
Make me personally?
Not you.
I resent that accusation. How rude.
Not you personally. But it's like,
That's slander,
I was watching
it on tape.
Toddlers and Tiaras. And one of them was like, I want to grow up to be as pretty as the Kardashians.
Oh, shit.
That's such a huge fucking mindset in this country now.
Yeah, I agree.
Where everyone like, I'm kind of fat. Drew, you're semi-fat. Pete, you're like a fucking toothpick. Like, people like me used to be revered as, like, kings. They're like, oh, he's fat. Like, there's more to like, he's got a lot of money.
Yeah, he's eating well. Yeah,
he's
he has
eating
money
well.
to eat.
He's so poor.
And now
There are like 4 places to get food. It's like 1916.
and at least, listen, I know about my health. And I know that, like, sometimes I should eat better. Like, I had Cold Stone before we started the podcast.
Delicious. As you should.
He sounds so healthy, too.
I know.
Did you tip him if I'm saying?
No, I didn't tip him.
All
But, like, listen, I know about my health, and I get a regular checkup, and I'm getting one more before my health insurance flies out the window. But fucking, like, all these kids are so fucking, like, starved and shit. It's so sad. They all want to be, like, goddamn supermodels. I don't want to be like, dude, you got to eat a little bit. You got to just eat and enjoy
I would
life.
say my biggest concern, though, about children in America is not the fact that they're all really skinny.
No, they're obese.
Yeah, it's gross.
Well, actually, no. I was reading something saying that the U.S. isn't actually the most obese country in the world anymore.
Woo! We made it.
Who's first?
I forgot. Maybe.
Yeah, which
I don't know.
disgusting fat country can we hold our nose up at?
No, but it was actually like New York's not particularly obese. I think.
No.
I think the
It's
heaviest.
getting heavier though.
I don't fucking know. I think a year back I saw a special where it was like the heaviest state in the country was Georgia.
Because
Because they
like Arkansas or something, or like one of those.
one of those down south states where all they do is eat like
Barbecue.
Cajun and barbecue and biscuits.
It was the healthiest.
No, the fattest.
Oh, the
Heaviest,
fattest.
yeah.
The fattest.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, everything's fried down there.
Yeah.
They just fry everything and they eat like processed meat. It's
It's like you get
Gonna
into the
happen.
bayous, like people just eating alligator testicles all day.
yeah, but I feel like further out, if you're like literally catching the catfish, it's like better than eating like catfish out of like the local factory.
Will there be any more natural food in the next 20 years?
I think what could happen is they'll start making synthetic food.
Do you think so?
That's like really good for you.
The man, the first.
I'll
synthetics-
bide my time. I'll wait till they figure it out while other assholes die eating it. But maybe eventually.
Well, the first synthetic burger was eaten this past week.
That's what I heard. And there's
Really?
the other thing. But the thing that scares me about that is what if we get so good at that and no one accounts for the fact that like we need cattle to like make healthy soil. Like that's imperative. Like they having like herds of animals. A lot of people don't think of that. That's why I think being like vegan is like actually like an eating disorder. It's like there's something wrong with you. You don't give a fuck. Like
Do
you think
you?
you're not hurting anyone, but it's like we need to like improve the meat industry, not like do away with it.
Yeah. Do you
You
think?
silly bitch. Like what are you thinking?
But I love the animals.
Yeah, if you really, you know what you should literally do if you want to like, if you're a vegan and you really care about like the industry and like meat quality and watching Food Inc.
Free
is
range
what-
shit.
No, you should literally buy like a grass-fed organic piece of meat like once a week and like give it to like somewhere or like throw it away
Somewhere.
even just like support it. Like you
Yeah.
need to like get money going into
Kickstarter.
that. Yeah, Kickstarter.
No, that was one of the things I saw for my barbecue. I went into Restaurant Depot, and in the meat aisle, almost everything was grass fed.
That's awesome.
There wasn't a thing I saw that wasn't grass fed. It was like beef grass fed, chicken grass fed. It was just all grass fed, 100% natural.
Yeah, chickens are a little funky though because they're stupid as fuck. They'll just eat anything. Like they'll just like peck it like any. Same with like pigs, kind of too. Like they'll just eat whatever. But like cows, it's like just put them like in grass and make them eat that. It's like don't have like a trough of like matter that they just like fucking eat and marble heads. You hear about this thing that they actually put in cows' ears to make them like fatty at the end of their life? It's like a thing, like a hormone they put in their ear and it makes them like balloon up and marble on.
Oh
and all
my
that shit.
god.
But it's fucking delicious. I'm
Yeah, it's
sure.
really tasty.
I'm sure it's like the best thing I'll ever eat. Well,
All right, we can take that break now. My
we'll
rant's
ta-
over.
we'll take a break. We're gonna get our arteries drained by our resident scientist. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. All right, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back,
Stay
guys.
with us. We'll be right back. Listen to this. Do you ever feel like you're alone? Do you ever feel like no one really understands you? You're just wondering what keeps you going. Well, I've got a crazy idea. Scroll to the top of our Facebook page and like Midnight Treehouse Productions. Will it help your loneliness? No. But you should do it.
Well, we don't know who to bring it back in right now. Pete, you have anything to say?
I don't. I want to bring it back in because I have an attention problem that I need it all the time. And I was saying we never let Drew bring it back in, but Drew does not want to bring it back in.
I'm not a bring it in kind of guy.
No, you're more of a sniper kind of.
Yeah, I snipe.
Pick from far away.
Yeah.
Man, the shit I could say about that.
Okay.
That's
that even mean?
That was crazy. We like touched a nerve there. It was like a dark side of John.
No, about Drew, the shit I could say about Drew being a sniper.
Oh, you're talking about his sordid past in the military,
Yeah.
Oh, right,
This
right,
sort of-
right.
right?
Drew and I would make up the worst commando team ever.
It's weird. I have a buddy who actually was a Marine sniper.
Really?
Now he's like a different person, but it's just weird how much like tougher mentally he is now. And just like different to
Well,
talk
has-
to.
he fucking
Yeah, he
has-
murdered people for 2 years.
Where was he, Iraq?
Afghanistan.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that shit's fucking scary. Like
Protecting those poppy fields.
you're fighting against like the fucking weather and the mountains and people with RPGs trying to kill you.
Yeah. And we don't know why, really. For pharmaceutical reasons.
Who knows any?
Anyway, John, you have a computer out. You look focused. John, what do you want to talk about right now that we're all rested from the break?
I just read on the internet that WikiLeaks leaked the Frank Darabont script for Indiana Jones 4.
Oh, shit.
I couldn't find the article, so that's all I'm going to say about this.
For Indiana Jones. Wait, what?
4.
So what was supposed to
Wouldn't
have,
that
I guess he was supposed to make the 4th movie.
and then it just didn't happen.
Oh, that would have been so much better. He wrote it.
I hope
Yeah.
to God they don't make, like, even if this script is the best script we ever see, that they don't bring it back. Harrison Ford's just too old now. You know what I mean?
He's going to be in the Expendables 3.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's the Expendables. The novelty is that it's like a bunch of older people doing stuff. I
Yeah,
don't want to
the
see like
joke.
the whole point of Indiana Jones is that it's kind of like wish fulfillment. Like we all want to be like kind of like that adventurous like guy. You know what I mean? It's like he's like James Bond. It's like it's cool. We want to see this cool guy who goes on like an adventure.
You wouldn't watch James Bond if
They're
he was 75
like
years old.
the fourth one is just like we're watching like Grandpa run around and like like
And Shia
struggling
LaBeouf is
to
his
keep up
fucking
on the
son.
stairs. Yeah.
That was terrible.
Man, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was a piece of shit.
Oh, it was terrible. It was so bad. It was like it was just an excuse to get to like video game style fighting whenever
Did
they
South
could.
Park call it rape? Like
That was
just
that
raping
whole
of
joke.
them?
Yeah, where they
Wait,
raped
there was a
Indiana
rape
Jones.
scene?
No, well, basically,
They were raping.
what, the whole premise. Do you watch South Park or familiar?
Yeah, I do.
They had
Oh, yeah, when they keep raping...
it's George Lucas and Steven Spielberg keep coming in and doing like rapes of the character of Indiana Jones, like physically raping the character because it's all a metaphor for obviously what happened in the film.
Yeah, I remember that. It's like, stop, for the love
Yeah,
of
yeah.
God,
He's like on the
please.
pinball machine. They do like the deliverance things, like grab his legs. It's good stuff.
Man.
Terrible
Keep
film.
crying.
Um,
But was the actual like script itself?
I couldn't find it, but I'm sure it's... They
They're like a
leak whole
PDF, basically?
They leak documents, so I'm sure it's up there.
That's
Oh,
incredible.
that's
I'd be
pretty
curious to read that. That'd be a fun read, fun bedtime read. Before you snooze, read about Indy and his latest
I wonder if it
adventures.
was like the same plot like general plot outline though.
I wonder if that was shopped out, or if he had written it independently, or because I'm sure it's something you're not going to write an Indiana Jones script seriously unless George Lucas is like kind of on board, or you're
Right.
like really aiming to pitch it to him. But Lucas is like a control freak, and like you know what I mean. He's
Yeah.
gonna be the one who writes it and pens it. I mean, he might have other guys coming in and help, but he's gonna have like complete creative control.
Well,
If you ever go back and look at some of like the old interviews with him and Spielberg, like Spielberg had to like talk him out of like a lot of nonsense when they worked together.
Well, he writes a lot of nonsense.
Yeah, he's not a good
fucking
writer.
out there.
I'm trying to think. I forgot where I heard this story from, but I might have mentioned it on the podcast before. I heard that like one Thanksgiving it was Lucas and Spielberg at the Lucas Ranch, for Thanksgiving. The two families got together and
Right.
having dinner. Like Lucas and Spielberg were in Lucas's office, like talking shop. When somebody came to get them for dinner, they were just like oogling like a Victoria's Secret magazine. They were just like
not creepy.
sitting there looking at a Victoria's Secret
Together?
Together, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice there, Steven. Like just like looking at it, like we
Look at those tents.
No, it's weird, but like I just don't know why that piece of shit came out though, because usually when they collaborate, like Spielberg kind of like draws the sanity into the equation. Your story is like the third Indiana Jones. He like wanted to do it like in a haunted house, like that's what Lucas wanted to do. Literally, that opening scene where he's in the trunk, he just like was always like Lucas was like, I just like always wanted to like have an opening on these things where he's like in a trunk, and then Spielberg in like the interviews, like behind the scenes interviews, Spielberg was like, so I said fine, whatever. Like he just gave up. I feel like
The whole movie was just a give
I think
up.
they've just changed as people. They've grown up. They've had families. That's why that movie like wasn't as dark. Like you think of like Temple of Doom,
Right.
or like any of them. Like Indy will just like fucking murder people, like
Yeah.
whenever. It's
Dude
like
fucking
it's
threw his hand into that guy's chest and ripped his heart out. Like,
yeah, and but also like our hero like will do stuff. Like one little point like I like to make is like remember like have you seen the fourth one?
with yeah. Unfortunately,
Like at the beginning when they're invading the base and the Russian guy like that sub boss essentially.
Sub-boss.
Yeah, like if it's a video game, the guy who fights. When they invade the thing, it's like he kneels down, and then you just see the guy shooting, like the U.S. soldiers with him smiling. It's like the old ones, like you see them get torn apart. It's like
Right.
an action adventure. You see the bullet holes. It's like it's just like they've lost the grittiness. Like Spielberg just like wants to make money now. I feel
Yeah.
like. And he's just not in that place. He's not like a 20-something-year-old director trying to make like a piece of film.
he's just trying to make a piece of cash.
Yeah, exactly. Just cashing in on a franchise.
Do you guys believe in like matter and energy and time?
Isn't
Those
that
are
just
three things
science?
that exist. So I believe in them pretty fully.
I believe
No, I
in
mean,
science.
like, do you
Okay.
believe like that? You know how like energy? They always say like energy just stays in one place, and you can't really like and matter. So when like everything's just, I'm getting a little philosophical here.
Yeah, articulate it though. I'm
It's
curious.
It's like
I like getting trippy.
It's like when you die, your energy and matter don't disappear; they just come back in a different form.
Like the Dalai Lama, kind of.
Kinda.
By the way, Dalai Lama, I found out, I was searching the other day, is on Twitter.
Really?
Yes, and get this. Obviously, he has millions of followers. He follows no one.
Shut
That's
the
fucked up.
And this is why,
Which means he like talks a lot, but does not listen. Typical man, am I right, ladies? All right.
No, but this is why I bring this up, because it's like, you know, I learned about something called like eternal return in philosophy, where it's just like, you know,
There's just like a constant give and take. You mean?
no. What happens is the Big Bang happened, right?
Right.
And
Debatable. John 3:16.
No, but like, debatable, you know, because the
Most
whole
likely, though. But yeah,
the whole
something
point-
created all this. And
the whole point of like philosophy is like, are you really sitting in this room learning about philosophy? Is like, it's a pretty fucking boring life if I'm in a coma and learning about philosophy in my
Right.
coma going to school.
right.
But anywho, there's something called like eternal return, where like the Big Bang happens, and then what happens is the galaxy, or I guess the universe, recompresses in itself,
Okay.
and then it like there's another Big Bang, like billions of years later, but then we come back, and though like energy and matter stay the same, like we might come back differently, like a little misplaced. So instead of having two arms on like both our shoulders, we might just have like two arms on our right side.
What the? Like in another dimension, or
No,
like in this world?
it's same dimension. It's just like the Big Bang happens, right?
Okay.
The universe pulls back together and collapses on itself,
Mhm.
essentially destroying all life. Since matter and where is this? Not endless knot. Fuck you, endless knot. Since matter is essentially like the universe has been recurring and will continue to recur in a self-similar form an infinite number of times across infinite time or space. So we put a value on time, right? We see a cycle. But like the thing is, time is infinite. Like time will never fucking end.
Computer simulation.
It's not cyclical, is what you're saying.
It's
Like,
not time's non-cyclical, yeah. So what happens is it's found in where's the fucking shit? Basically what happens is if
Yes.
if either time or space is infinite, then mathematics tells us that our existence will recur an infinite number of times.
So wait, are you basically saying like the multiverse theory?
Not multiverse. It's a universe. What happens is the universe keeps collapsing and expanding, and we just
Right.
keep coming back. So, like, we could have lived like 10 billion years ago and been doing this same exact podcast
In the same.
in the same room, but there might be a different.
Slight changes.
There would be slight changes because there are variables
Within what though? Like in this universe right now?
in this universe,
But like not in this timeline.
not on this timeline. No.
That's what I mean.
It's like if the CD were on repeat, but when it goes back, like little things would change as you're listening to it.
yeah, but when is this happening? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
Every-
they don't know.
That's what I mean.
Like,
So it is the multiverse.
it's not a multiverse though, because a multiverse is saying like, if there's a dimension where
Oh, not multiverse. Sorry. No, I see what you mean though. That's kind of like what I.
multiverse is basically like, all right, you know how?
It's like there's another universe where this is like also happening.
Yeah.
Except
But
it might be kind of different.
yeah.
So what's this theory called?
Eternal return.
Eternal return.
Return. Yeah.
So literally, like this might even be going on as we speak right now, just kind of on a timeline next to us.
No. It's one timeline. It's one timeline, Pete. We're on this timeline, right?
But how could this be happening 10 million years ago?
What?
How could this be happening 10 million years ago?
No, what happens? They talk about since energy in philosophy, since energy and matter is constants. Matter and energy are the constant variables.
Okay.
So when the universe expands and then collapses on itself again, what happens is when it expands again, all the matter stays in the same place.
Okay.
So what happens is the planets are reformed. We humans come back into existence essentially, and then since there are always variables, we might be purple or blue.
Gotcha. That's possible, I guess.
Like we could.
I don't like it, but it might be possible.
Like we could have been doing this podcast 10 billion years ago before the universe collapsed on itself. Pete, Drew, how do you feel about that?
I think it's totally accurate.
I've subscribed to this devoutly.
I concur and I agree.
Well, like that's.
I mean, I do think that sometimes, like the type of thing where it's like literally little decisions you make might be spurring like the exact same reality in something we don't even see, like multiverse, basically.
Well,
but the multiverse isn't so much like another solar system somewhere. It's just like maybe right now, like me. Not moving my foot this way, like affects something, and then like
Hitler doesn't come back.
Another Pete like is going in another thing where he goes off and dies tonight, or you know what I mean? Like who knows?
Yeah, we could be doing this podcast in
like
the
time is
multiverse,
just constantly exploding. Who knows?
and the whole world is just mirrored.
It's a lot
Yes.
to take in.
It is.
But who cares?
No, but like,
Keep
I
it
was
light
gonna.
here.
I was gonna say
We
something.
wasted time
about
about this and get a job, you lazy fuck. If you're listening to this.
I was gonna say something about the multiverse. There was a great multiverse quote I read. If we don't know that life exists, like you know how we assume life exists outside our galaxy.
Yeah, most people, I suppose.
The thing is, if there's a multiverse where they do know about like think about it. There's a multiverse where we
Maybe
do know
something
about-
happened where we lit a fire too much and like extraterrestrials actually came, or who knows what it is.
But yeah, eternal return is basically like the constant. It just keeps happening.
Yeah, I understand that concept now.
Great,
but
great.
it keeps looping.
Good.
Thank you for the educational time.
No problem. I'm a physicist. I'll be back.
Oh, cool.
I was
You're
gonna
gonna high five.
high five.
It looked like you were high five. High five on the cast here. Yeah, the eternal return thing is weird though.
Oh, and I never talked about the.
It's kind of like have you ever read the Wheel of Time?
No.
Okay, it's a fantasy series, but there is kind of that sort of idea that everything kind of keeps returning.
It's like the Time Machine with Guy Pearce.
Yeah, exactly.
It just happens
But
all over again.
it's like 10,000 years ago. Like it's like the exact same sort of person existed. It's like, and we know there's going to happen. And then obviously in this, it's a fantasy novel, so like certain like things just keep like events. It's like this great evil will arise every 10,000 years, almost sort of thing. Like it kind of keeps it.
And I mention all this philosophical stuff because when was this?
I'm going to tie it into a dick joke.
Oh, this was back from 2002. Finland. Twins die in nearly identical accidents.
Wow.
70-year-old twin brothers riding bicycles were hit by trucks and killed in separate accidents 2 hours apart on the same highway.
Jesus.
That's fucking creepy.
The first accident occurred at 9:29
The
a.m.
same highway too.
on Tuesday when one of the twins was riding on an icy road in Rehe, 370 miles north of Helsinki. Constable. Oh, fuck, I lost it.
Wouldn't you not go get on a fucking bike if your brother had just died on a bike?
Wait,
on the
listen,
same highway?
listen. Constable Paulie Ketonen said, this is such a poorly written article. He said that a little more than 2 hours later, the man's twin brother was killed by another truck about a mile from the first accident.
I'm not even sure if I know it was another truck though. I don't know it wasn't the.
The same truck.
Yeah, and then he thought he was
Eternal
like
return.
hallucinating. He's like, I killed him already. I'll kill you, demon. Like I got away. I don't know why he's talking like that. But he's like,
It was
Helsinki,
unlikely the second victim knew of his brother's accident, he said, because the police had not yet informed the family. And that's all I need your laptop for.
That's fucking creepy.
but That's crazy.
That's why I got into all the eternal return stuff.
That's insane.
Yeah. It's like matter and constances and
Like
Like-
the timeline was saying, like we got to snuff out this this split.
These 7-year-old
egg,
guys.
from how many years ago.
like fucking A, man.
Could be. I think the universe can decide who it wants to squash out. You know what I mean?
It has a glass.
Dinosaurs aren't here.
Like, what if there's a multiverse? Now I'm gonna get funny with it. What if there's a multiverse where we're just all made out of dicks?
Well,
Like dildo. You ever see dildo? Dear Mom, I'm so sorry. Like a universe where we're just all made out of dicks.
like a dickiverse?
Kind of like your arms are dicks.
Could happen.
Your head and eyes are like testicles. Your shaft is your neck.
It could be. I always like the idea. I mean, maybe it's just like for my own like mental like itch scratching sort of thing. But like I like the idea where it's like there's like almost like you ever read like the Golden Compass or something like that.
No.
It's like a thing where it's like everyone's life source is literally on their outside is like a demon. It's literally just like an animal that follows you around. That's like your spirit animal. But if that dies, you die.
Oh shit.
No. Sorry. If that dies, you're just like a soulless weirdo. Like it's weird. Like you like just like kind of lose emotion in things and stuff. And if you die, that thing explodes. Like it just explodes into like gold dust. But besides that, their society is basically human, and it's just like a weird alternate thing. I think it's supposed to be on another planet. But I think it'd be cool. It's like it's basically where we live now, except like little things like that have changed.
It's like if I don't get my heart medicine, I'll explode.
Yeah, we still wear shoes
in the
and
gold
stuff,
dust.
you know.
Do you have heart medicine?
No.
Do you have brain medicine?
Yeah.
I was
Awesome.
really wondering.
Oh man. Oh, holy shit.
Unless you guys have anything else you want to delve into, I think we might want to say goodnight here.
I want to talk about no.
You want to talk about anything?
I will talk about anything.
Yeah, so will I. That's why we have this podcast.
I know, right?
This wouldn't work.
As you would say, hackney schlock.
Yeah. If someone like brought some, well, it's like I will talk about anything. If someone like brought up something and I was like, no, I don't do that topic, that we wouldn't have a show.
That's very true. That's very true. I mean, I think there are some things.
There's a multiverse where I don't do that. Where I just do not podcast. And you know what? I'm a
No,
happy
he podcasts,
person.
but he doesn't have
sus-
to talk to the mic.
How scary is that?
What?
That you wouldn't podcast?
It's not terrifying for me because it's in another universe, but I don't have to think about it.
Do you think maybe like headaches and like body pain are from like your multiverse equivalent? Like every time you get a migraine, like your multiverse equivalent has died.
Like or something's like lined up.
Yeah.
Like you're both doing something at the same time.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
deja
you
vu
know
type
what I mean?
stuff.
No, not deja vu.
That's a glitch in the matrix.
That's a glitch in the
different.
matrix.
Yeah, and we all know every multiverse, we all live in the Matrix. We're plugged in. We gotta take the
Obviously.
pill.
Yeah.
Like how creepy would that
Matrix
be?
is finding
If your other self on a different planet was like, just you two were doing this. You two were podcasting right now, wearing blue and gray shirt and khakis and shoes.
Quit checking me out.
Yeah, and you just got like a fucking migraine. You're like, I can't. What?
Yeah, or like
Or he died.
or like when you have a dream that's like the consciousness of like another person and you. And like
Your
another-
dream is their daytime?
Yeah,
Do you believe in ghosts?
I don't know.
Yes, I do.
You do.
Even if I saw, I won't be that scared. I feel like.
Jason was talking about those pink
Jason?
people.
Yeah,
Jason.
on this podcast.
Talking
Oh
about
yeah, he
who?
did.
It was on WhatsApp.
Those pink little people.
Oh, yeah. That's scary.
Well, that scares me more. Like a weird fucking creature that I know is there scares me more than like because if it's a ghost, like it's like
What's it really going to do?
it's like this thing that like died once and is like floating around and menacing me. It's like fuck you, ghost. Fuck
Yeah.
you. Like you're not. Like you're
Go
spooky.
jerk off. Oh,
Yeah,
too bad
like
you can't.
Bigfoot like attacking you is much scary. Like a bear is much scarier than a
Yeah.
fucking ghost.
Any
you know what I
day.
mean?
Any
Yeah.
day of the week.
It's pretty fucking weird. Like I talk about the.
Has anyone ever been killed by a ghost? That's never happened. People have seen ghosts, but no one's like.
But it's like, what if you like run off the road and careen into a ditch and your car explodes because you saw a ghost?
I don't think that would happen because also I would think first I'd be like, is that
busy
mechanical?
driving.
Like, is this an illusion? For the longest time, I'd just be like, where are all the wires? You know, it'd be everything where I like pull over. I wouldn't just be like, oh my god, a ghost. I guess maybe the ghost like flew at my windshield, and I was like, oh. But then it'd be like Ghostbusters. I'd be covered in like ectoplasm, and it'd be like
Yeah.
a funny laugh for everybody.
You just drive
Ghosts are
through it.
hilarious.
I found that really funny. It's just like ectoplasm.
What is ectoplasm? Did they ever explain like what that's
It's
supposed
just
to be?
green goop.
It's just plasma.
Plasma.
I don't fucking know.
Plasma just to get you pregnant.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Like me pregnant. Like I'll be like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Junior.
Oh, what an awesome movie.
Yeah, the whole plot of the movie was if it was a boy, he was going to name a junior. If it was a girl, he would name a junior.
Yeah.
That's like where they explained
I
it.
mean, fuck. Well, like I talk about the universe stuff. Like the night my grandfather died, it was on my birth. Like he died on my birthday, but like he started dying on Halloween night, and I just had this like really intense migraine, and like I couldn't function. Like I was at the Halloween parade in '06, and I was just like, I can't. Like I was like throwing up everywhere, and I was like, I didn't have a fucking thing to drink. I couldn't like. It was such a bad migraine, I couldn't function.
Yeah, those are the worst.
And then my mom called me the next morning. She's like, your grandpa's dead, and I'm like, oh.
And that's why you don't have migraines,
you
guys.
said like Keanu Reeves. Like,
No, but you know what I mean? Like, what if that was just like the universe?
like some of the life force of your family being sucked away.
from me.
You felt a disturbance in the force.
Maybe that's why I'm fat.
It's definitely why you're fat. All right, I think on that note, we'll wrap it up. Just Yeah, John and everyone else listening. Just listen to the fact there's a multiverse out there where you are fucking shredded and beautiful.
What did you learn this week?
I learned that it takes me a while to get a new philosophical idea drilled into my head. I will ask a lot of questions.
True.
Can I plug where I'm going to be this week?
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to be in my living room. If you guys want to come hang out,
I'll be in my multiverse where I'm also in Drew's living room. What did we talk about before we got into philosophy? Did I learn anything there?
I don't know.
Apparently, yeah, that's what happens when you get into like a deeper conversation. Like your brain just can only think about that for the next like 10 minutes.
Fuck you, brain.
Yeah.
you dick.
We were talking about Bounty Hunter. Was that it?
No,
That's what got us on the philosophical
that was last week's episode.
Was that last week?
Yeah.
Dear God, in the multiverse, it's still that week. Go back and listen to that one. Okay.
Good talk.
Good talk.
Good talk.
See you in another dimension, bitches. Another dimension. It's already Friday, but right now it's Wednesday. All right, good night.